Today, the most significant challenge confronting the world and to our continent is indeed the challenge of inequality.
When I say to you that Africa is rising, it won't be news. The goal of this forum is to discover why this growth is not being felt by all, and what each of us can do to change that, to address the barriers to inclusiveness in our own organizations, our own cities, our own countries, our own regions, and our continent.
We hope to spend the next 2 days engaging in influential dialogue and action towards greater impact around inclusivity on the continent of Africa.
As we reflect during the next 2 days on how to advance inclusive economies in Africa, I believe we should ask ourselves a key question. What does inclusive development really mean for Africa?
We know that African countries over the past 1.5 decades have posted an impressive GDP growth rate of about 6%, nearly double the growth rates recorded in the previous decade and 4 times the current average growth.
I suppose if you have growth, double-digit growth over a period of 10 years or more, you would begin to see transformation. But before you get there, it's perhaps important to interrogate the source of the growth.
We try to avoid superlatives, but I think this has been quite a spectacular event in terms of the quality of the discussions, the clarity of the theme, and ultimately, I think, the quality also of the ideas that were put on the table by everybody.
I loved what came up from the discussion that we had. Now, the issues of measuring the indicators for inclusion. I think this is what was lacking.
Most of the issues that have been raised are very pertinent today in Africa, because Africa, although growing at a very fast rate, there is a lot of inequality. And the issues here are aimed at looking at how can we be able to include everybody in terms of success.
I learned from the rest of the panelists that there really is a lot that's being done out across the continent in terms of engaging and providing solutions for bottom of the pyramid. I think our biggest challenge really is that whereas we have a lot of technology solutions, the issue is brokering better partnerships, developing sustainable solutions, and also seeing how we can rope in more public sector participation to be able to effectively tap into the bottom of the pyramid. A lot of the panelists spoke about solutions in health, in agriculture, in lighting, in employment, which are all very, very valid for generating wealth, generating opportunities. My key takeout from here is that we need to partner better and we need to partner stronger in order to develop more inclusive economies.
I particularly like the discussion about is it possible to have an inclusive economy, inclusive development, and rapid growth. And I was really happy to see that most of the participants thought that this was possible if we are able really to include in the economic productions process the majority of the population.
We need to prioritize, we need to know when to do what. The question is, do we actually do it? Do we actually come through on these plans? If you pick 1 or 2 countries where something is happening right, where development is happening right, even on this continent, you will see that at the bottom of that, there's a very, very clear planning process, and there's a very clear process on how to implement on these plans.
Actuellement, nous sommes dans un contexte où l'Afrique est courtisée par les partenaires traditionnels, que ce soit les États-Unis ou l'Europe, mais qu'il y a de nouveaux acteurs, les puissances émergentes qui viennent sur le continent, et les enjeux, il y a d'importants enjeux qui sont en cours actuellement sur le continent, et je pense qu'il est important à ce moment même de faire une évaluation du processus dans lequel nous étions ces 50 dernières années et de définir, de nous projeter dans le futur.